Today we're going to talk about how to cook steak at your home. It is really easy process and you can definitely follow this direction and you can really be a masterful steak cooker. Alright, so here, let's take a look at the ingredient here. We have a great ribeye steak, oil, butter, salt, pepper, asparagus, potato, and a little aromatic of garlic. And we have a little bit of thyme, and then we got tomatoes. So on this back pan, we're going to saute a little bit of potatoes while we're preparing the steak dish. So this is just a nice simple cut of a ribeye, and you'll see a nice little fat cap. And we do want to leave some of this fat cap because it is the one that is going to actually bring out some flavors for us. So we need to have a general seasoning of the steak. On the smaller pan, it is getting warmer, so that is getting up there. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to pour a little bit of oil on both pans. Don't need a whole lot. And make sure the pan gets coated with the oil. And then on this side, we're going to toss a little bit of a potato. And you can hear that sizzle, and that is the important part. If you don't hear that sizzle, you know the potato or the pan was not hot and it will not cook properly. Again, you need to season some salt and pepper to it. Every little ingredient needs a little bit of a seasoning. Just lightly saute it around. Let the pan do the job. Okay, so now once the potato's in there, you want to turn the dial to about medium heat. So you're not cooking the potato on a full blast. Now on here, it is definitely hotted up. So what we'll do is we're going to grab this meat that we just seasoned up, and you're going to drop it from front to back. You don't want to drop it back to front where you can risk splashing some hot oil to you. So you want to put the steak away from you. And again, let the pan do the job, okay? Pan will do the searing part, and we're gonna just let this meat sit there for about a minute while the potatoes are going. So now the steak is browned up, perfect. And we're going to, again, flip the steak and push it away from me. As you can see, we have a nice browning on it. And you can see all this little fat. That is very important actually to continue to render out and cook with it. Now, just to get this steak to have additional flavor onto it, we're going to add some aromatics, a little thyme, and a little bit of garlic. So you can see the oil will cook the thyme and our garlic, and all that will actually add into the flavor. The next step is actually adding some butter. And let the butter caramelize to a golden brown color, and that will actually be added into the additional layer of a flavor. So now, as you can see, I am basically basting that little butter into the steak. It won't take much longer to actually finish cooking at about our medium rare doneness. So what we'll do is we'll let the steak rest. Now, in the meantime, what are we going to do? We still have a very hot pan. Saute a little bit of a tomato and asparagus. And again, the pan is really hot, already very hot. So we're gonna add a little bit of a tomato, and as you can hear that sizzle, which also means the pan is right temperature. A little bit of asparagus. And you might say, why am I not using a separate pan? Well, do you want to wash dish? So, if all possible at a home cooking, we try to do it all in a one spot. If I did not have a potato, I could have done all this in a one pan. But since we do have a potato, we're going to have a two pan today. All right, tomatoes blistered, off, potatoes done, these off, and we're going to be doing a plating on it now. Super easy. So, how do we plate the food? Simple as best. You know, you don't want to make a complicated plating if all possible. You want to have a nice little simple plating. So have a little bit of potato that we saute right there, boom. And then we're going to have asparagus. And then little tomatoes. I love the multiple color of these heirloom tomatoes. All right. And then grab that steak that we cooked up earlier. And I'll probably want to have that little garlic and thyme as a garnish. Voila. Simple dish. Again, I'm Chef Tai. Hope you enjoyed the dish and have a wonderful time cooking this with your family.